Okay, so sometimes when you're doing a 3D model, all you have is just a preliminary loose rough sketch. And that's actually when I used to do stuff for Fisher-Price and I was a 3D modeler for them. That's what I would just get from them. Just a quick reference sketch. I wouldn't get a top, side view, elevation view, and I wouldn't necessarily need it because I could judge what it looked like from its sides, and I had some of its base references, dimensions. So, but I still like to, and I can't move my head a whole lot, so I'm going to just bring that sketch in. We're going to come in here, we're going to tools, and then we're going to go to sketch tools, sketch picture. And all I'm doing is just putting this anywhere in space so that I can look at it. And now, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to look at this and I'm just going to kind of visually gauge what's going on from the concept sketch to get my understanding of what I wanted to do. So really, very first thing I can see, you know, the large part is we've got one overall egg shape, and that's going to kind of drive the feet, and then the top head is going to kind of be offsets of these surfaces. I can see that it is a elliptical base, and I'm guesstimating the elliptical base because I can see how it kind of wraps around here. It's not doing a very large round. So if anything, I'm thinking this is basically a squished egg. And I may even show you some tools, since I'm going to be doing this, that are more fun, quick sketch models versus dimensioning everything out hardline. But I can see that I've got this part. I'm going to want to do a recess in here for my knobs. This is going to be, you know, smoky, translucent. I think the eyes will light up. And then there I can see the orifice there. I think the orifice will come out of the ears, but that's fine. So what I'm going to do is just we'll start with our first sketch. Oh. Now you can see that this sketch image over here, my front plane, has gotten massive because of where I placed this. So I'm just going to shrink that down to the size that it needs to be so it's not bothering me. So what I like to do, again, I'm just going to start off with some quick rough dimensions. And I'm just using center lines, control lines to get everything placed. Now, again, I've talked about this before. I like to have my 0, 0, 0. So for this, the 0 floor obviously is the feet that it's going to sit on. This is going to be the front coming at this direction. And I might as well make this my center as well. So as a designer, you should always have a ruler, a tape measure, or a pair of micrometers or something just to always gauge your sizes of things. And I think this guy is going to be a small little one, and we're going to make him 8 inches wide. Oh. And you can see how big that is once I get that adjusted. So I'm going to come back here. Now, because this is a sketch image, if I want to move it around, I don't necessarily have to scale it or anything. I don't have to come back here and hit edit. I can just double click. It allows me to get into it. It's just like having a piece of paper on your table and moving it around to where you want it. And then I just have to hit OK, and then I'm back out. But I never actually left this initial sketch, so I'm still working in here. Whoop, I say that. There we go. So we're going to go 8 inches wide. And if I'm saying that this is 8 inches, and this is really cheating. So if I'm saying that that's 8 inches, I'm going to say it's about 14 inches high. Oh, whoops, hold on. Okay. So now as I look at this, I think I've got a couple different ways that I can model this up. I can do a series of ellipses. And loft them like through there. Can you guys see that? And I can loft them through there. Or I can do a loft, or I can do a revolve and then squish it. So I think let's try to be a little more sculptural. And we're just going to kind of look at this quickly, and then we'll just gonna kind of create a shape and play with it a little bit. So we're going to come out here, there, exit out of that sketch, we'll leave that there. Okay, so let's come back to this sketch here. So I'm going to come in, I'm going to use a style spline. I know up here I'm going to want that to be tangent, so I'm just going to snap it 90 degrees so that when it gets mirrored over I know that it's going to be the proper size. And now it's kind of just a little bit of a matter of pull and play. So what we can do is we'll come in and we'll add another along there. We're going to say that's good for now. So you can see if we come in and just do a revolve, we're not getting that flat effect. If we look at it from a side view, we might be able to say, oh, yeah, that's not bad. We're kind of getting what we want there. But we're not going to be getting that from a side view. Because from the side view, we're getting the exact same look and feel. So what that means is that we want to have the same thing, and we want to use a revolve or a loft, and we're going to do it through multiple sections. So if we come in, and we're going to go into our right plane here, oops, I forgot to do one thing. I want to copy this sketch, and then we'll go to our right plane. And the reason I wanted to copy the sketch is because I still like the portions of it. It's still doing what I wanted to do. Oh, come on. Turn on for me. There. So what I'm going to do now is I want this to be up the top center here. So we're going to take it, and right now I can't snap to anything. If I grab the point here, then I'm going to ruin my curve. So I don't want to do that. So what I want to do is I want to come in here, I want to come up to my commands, and I want to go move entities. And what I can do is I'm going to move from and to. And that basically says, okay, give me a start point. Here's my start point. I'm going to move from there. I'm going to move, oops, to there. And it's not getting quite right here. Come on. And then I'm going to cheat just ever so little and pierce. So now, oh, come on. What is going on in my settings here? Okay. So now I've got the side shape that I want. I've got what I wanted. I've got the curve that I'm going to use as a front shape. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to get the other portion here. So in order to do that, I'm actually going to come back and I'm thinking to myself, okay, how do I get that front? I'm going to do a revolve. I want to control the sides. Then I want it to go flat on the front. and then I wanted to go back to the fatness on the sides. I'm going to step back here because in order to do that, I want sketch, a profile here, a profile here, and a profile over here. Well, I want to use this exact same profile. So I'm going to come back here and I'm going to mirror that over because I know that I always want it to be symmetrical. So we're going to take that and we're going to mirror it over there. So now we've got that. So now what I can do is I can come in and say, okay, I'm going to loft the curve. Oops. And I'm going to select this one here. I'm going to actually go clear selection. I'm going to go selection manager. I'm going to select just this line. So what I did was, if I come in here and I go loft and I select this, because the curves are connected perfectly and they made up, the software thinks I want the full curve or both of the curves, but I don't. I just want the one. So I can come in and then say selection manager, in this sketch only pick this one, and then I'm going to come over and I'm going to grab this one, and then I'm going to say okay, I'm going to and then I'm going to come over and I'm going to say okay, grab this one, and it's not doing what I want. Why are you not doing what I want? Okay, profiles. I want you. Selection manager, I want you. And then I want selection manager. I want you. There we go. So now I've got my front shape, side shape. And you kind of see here it's bowing out more than I want. So this is where I can come in now and say, okay, we're going to adjust our shapes. And this is where turning on your curvature combs help. Because what I wanted to do is I want it to be considerably thinner in here as it comes around. So I'm actually going to start by pulling these ones. Come on. And moving them inwards. So that we can get that kind of flatter on the front. So now we're starting, can you guys see how that kind of thinned out there a little bit?
Yeah.
Okay. So that's kind of, I'm looking at it, I'm thinking, is that the shape I want? You know, what I'm going to do, because I like to look at things as a whole, I'm just going to grab those surfaces and I'm just going to do a quick mirror. And you can see it's not coming off the way I want. I'm getting that really, really solid edge, hard edge. And I want to be able to have a little bit of different control off of that. So in order to do that, we want to make sure that this is not just coming directly off of that edge. Because what it's doing is, it's not, here, let me, if I've got that edge there, and I say revolve off of that, all it's doing is it's going and it's revolving like this. It's not coming out at all and then revolving, it's just going straight off. So that's something that we want to get rid of. And you could sit there and say, well, let's just dump a radius on it. Radius should be good. Not always. So what we can do is we can come back and we're going to go back and edit. And this is where we have a little bit of control. So we've got our open group, and you guys saw how that kind of came out as a solid edge. If we come back and go open group, we're going to go start constraint, and we're going to go normal to profile. And then on the final one, we're going to go normal to profile as well. So now you can see what's happening is, let me zoom in closely here. Here, it just comes directly off going at that arc. Normal to profile, this being the profile, it comes off of that X amount, and X amount is how we control it here with the tangency and direction. So if I come back now and I do this, and let's just mirror that. You can see now it's got that rounded edge in there. Oops, I didn't, here, I didn't, there. So now you can kind of see it's more of that egg shape. If I want, there's a whole lot of fine manipulation and adjustment you can do just in that. So I come back here and I say, okay, normal to profile, let's go 1.5. You'll see the length of that purple arrow extend out further. Well, you know, let's do something stupid. There. Now you can really see it. And you can see how we're adjusting the form just by using that now. Now we've got kind of more of a gummy eraser, I guess. But one thing that I'm still not happy with is I just have it, what appears to be coming through a point there. Let me just double check here. Because I'm going to take it into Keyshot because I'm having a hard time here with SolidWorks. Okay, I guess what I thought I was seeing. What's going on? I thought I was seeing like a hard edge or something. I don't know what's going on there. Stop it. There. Okay. So now it's a matter of, you know, using those curves and dimensions, and you can play with it just to thin things up a little bit. You know, do we have it coming off of there too much? I feel it's a little too rounded at those points. So maybe instead of a 1, we'll just go and make it a 0.25. No, that's too much. Can you see how I've got that? I mean, it's still tangent, but you can see how there's just a little peak there now. Okay, so we'll leave that like that. And I think what I want is I think I want to come back and edit that circle or that spline there. Because I think it feels as if it's just sticking out too far. And I don't want it to be top heavy, so I want to make sure this is coming in. And I think we're going to say that's good. This is one of those things too where you play with a whole bunch of them constantly to see what shape you like. Then the next question would be, well, I think we got him maybe, no, I think he looks okay for now. For what we're doing, I think he looks okay for the main body. So once we've got that, then we're going to say, okay, what is the next most important thing for us to be working on to evaluate? Sometimes it's a matter of, well, let's get the part breakout going in, or start doing the offsets of the surfaces and that. So I think what I'm going to do, let's just take a 10-minute break, and then we'll come back and I'll just do the 2 simple little part details in here, and then we can start working on the feet and the head. Does that sound good? Let me pause the video.
Yep.
Okay. This is Shiva speaking. Oh, I'm good, Amanda. How are you?
Good. So, are you the one bringing Milo on Thursday for his procedure?
Myself or my wife, yeah.
Okay. So, I know they already told you within arrival time.
Yeah, 8:15.
Yeah. However, we did have the odd dad on surgery on that day. So,
I'm sorry, I couldn't understand what you said.
sorry. We had to add another surgery on that day.
Okay.
For Thursday, so they told me I have to be the one to call.
It sucks to be you. Are you going to screw the person who just had spinal surgery?
No. Well, actually, I'm gonna ask if you guys can come in actually an hour later at 9:15 instead of 8:15.
Why would we want to come in earlier? We want it done over with quicker. He's actually going to hate that. He'd rather just be early and done. So 9:15. Okay.
Yeah, 9:15.
Okay.
Yeah, they told me if you guys come in, arrive at 9:15, and the procedure right now is scheduled for 11:15.
11:15. Oh, well, I'm not sure how that happened because we just moved up an hour. Oh no, that's right, because it was 8:15, 10:15, and now it's 11:15. Okay, okay.
I do apologize.
No,
I want surgery on there.
no worries.
45 minutes procedure, so
Yeah, no worries. So 9:15 arrival, 11:15 surgery.
yeah.
Okay,
Thank you so much.
thank you.
You're welcome.
Bye.
Good luck with your recovery.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Okay, sorry about that. Okay. So